Stop being the person everyone can count on. It's not a virtue, it's a suicide mission. You aren't kind, you're just easy to use. Every time you say yes to a favor you hate, you are actively voting against your own happiness. You are currently lighting yourself on fire to keep people warm who wouldn't even hand you a glass of water if you were parched in a desert. You think you're building a legacy of being the dependable friend, the rock of the family, the employee of the month. But in reality, you're just building a reputation as the path of least resistance. You are the human equivalent of a public doormat, and you're wondering why your back hurts and your soul feels dusty. It's because everyone is wiping their muddy expectations on you before they walk into their own peaceful lives. Being the reliable one isn't an accolade. It is a slow-motion heist where your time, your energy, and your mental health are being stolen by people who haven't even bothered to ask how you are doing in 6 months. Let's talk about the myth of the good person. The biggest lie society ever fed you is that being the go-to person is a badge of honor. It isn't. It's a trap. Most people don't value your reliability. They value the convenience you provide. There is a massive difference between being respected and being useful. When you are respected, people consider your time. When you are useful, people just use you until you break, and then they complain that you aren't working anymore. Reliability is often just a polite word for lack of boundaries. If everyone knows you will always say yes, then your yes means absolutely nothing. Your kindness is a finite resource, but you're handing it out like it's junk mail. When you spend your entire life being the person who fixes everyone else's mess, you never have time to build your own masterpiece. You're so busy being the supporting character in everyone else's drama that you've forgotten you're supposed to be the lead in your own life. If you're wondering why no one is coming to save you, it is because they think you've got it all handled. You've played the role of the indestructible hero so well that you've successfully convinced everyone that you don't have needs. The next one is the invisible weight of the yes. Let's look at the actual cost of your inability to say no. Every time that phone rings and you see a name that only calls when they need something and you pick it up anyway, you are losing a piece of your sanity. You are paying a high-interest debt on a loan you never even took out. Mental burnout isn't a badge of courage. It is a sign that you have failed to protect your internal peace, because emotional labor is real work. Carrying everyone else's secrets, problems, and crises is heavier than any gym weight. Physical exhaustion follows. Your body is screaming for rest, but your ego is telling you that you need to be there for a friend who wouldn't do the same for you. You think you're being noble. I think you're being a coward. You're afraid that if you stop being the reliable one, people will stop liking you. And you're probably right. But here is the kicker. If they only like you for what you can do for them, they never liked you in the first place. They liked the service you provided. 3. The thief of ambition. The most tragic part of this entire situation is what you aren't doing while you're busy being everyone's favorite safety net. You aren't chasing your dreams. You aren't resting. You aren't learning new skills. You are stagnant because you are anchored to everyone else's mediocrity. Your goals are collecting dust while you help someone else move house for the 4th time this year. Your creativity is dead because your brain is too full of other people's complaints. Your bank account might even be suffering because you're the one who always picks up the slack or the bill. Being the reliable one makes you a target for the lazy. The world is full of emotional vampires who can smell a person without boundaries from a mile away. They don't go to the person who says no. They go to you. They tell you how much they appreciate you, how they couldn't do it without you, and how you're such a good friend. It's all a script. It's the sugar coating on the pill of exploitation. 4. The social cost of constant availability. Have you noticed that the more you do, the less they thank you? That's because your extraordinary efforts have become their baseline expectation. When you go above and beyond every single day, it's no longer a favor. It becomes your job. The one time you finally say no because you're literally falling apart, they won't remember the 99 times you said yes. They will only remember the one time you let them down. You are training people how to treat you. You have trained them to treat you like a 24-hour convenience store. You have eliminated the need for people to grow. By fixing their problems, you are keeping them weak and dependent. You are creating resentment in your own heart. You act like you're happy to help, but inside, you are screaming and hating every second of it. That resentment is a poison. It's rotting your relationships from the inside out. You think you're being a good person, but you're actually becoming a bitter and hollowed-out version of yourself. You start to hate the people you're helping because they represent the freedom you've denied yourself. It's a toxic cycle that ends with you being alone and exhausted anyway, so you might as well start saying no now and save yourself the trouble. 5. The internal suicide mission. Every time you prioritize someone else's minor inconvenience over your own fundamental needs, you are committing a small act of self-betrayal. You are telling your subconscious that you do not matter. You are telling your brain that your time is worth less than theirs. Self-respect cannot grow in a garden where everyone is allowed to stomp on the flowers. Your identity is disappearing. You are no longer a person with hobbies, interests, and passions. You are just the guy who helps. You are losing the ability to know what you actually want. Your compass is broken because it's always pointing towards someone else's crisis. If you don't start being the villain in someone else's story, you will never be the hero in your own. Everyone wants a piece of you, and you're handing yourself out freely. Now, let me tell you the roadmap to recovery and how to stop being the reliable one without the world ending. Start using the word no as a complete sentence. You don't need a reason, a justification, or a doctor's note. Stop responding to messages immediately. If it's not an emergency involving blood or fire, it can wait until you've had a nap. Identify the vampires. Make a list of the people who only contact you when they need a favor and put their notifications on silent. Reclaim your calendar. Schedule time for yourself that is non-negotiable and treat it with the same urgency you would a crisis for someone else. It's going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel guilty. That guilt is just the feeling of your former people-pleasing skin shedding. You need to get comfortable with the idea that some people will think you're selfish. The reality is that being the reliable one is a lonely path. When the reliable person falls, there is usually no one there to catch them because they've spent all their time catching everyone else. You are currently standing on a pedestal that you built out of your own exhaustion, and it's crumbling. If you died tomorrow, your job would post your position before your obituary was even written. Your friends would find a new person to vent to. Your family would find someone else to run their errands. Life would go on, but you would be gone, having spent your limited time on Earth being a utility rather than a human being. It is time to become unreliable to everyone else and extremely reliable to yourself. Put your phone down, close your door, tell them you're busy. Even if you're just busy staring at a wall, that wall deserves your attention more than someone who only sees you as a tool. The silent cost of being the reliable one is your life. Stop paying it. Go be a disappointment to someone today. It's the most liberating thing you'll ever do. The comment of the day goes to Scott Fitzgerald, and it reads, "Awesome content as always, my brother. Really puts things into perspective. Once the perspective changes, life follows. Keep thinking deeper.